Website text analysis, New York Times and New York Post. The first thing you may notice about the Times site is that it's pretty text heavy, and also that it seems like they actually use a lot of different typefaces and fonts, mostly serif, but some sans serif here and there, such as the author's bylines. I'm not surprised they use a serif font for their article bodies, as the reading did talk about serif fonts being used for the intention of a more elegant look, and I think that's how the Times likes to portray itself. The major headlines on the left here are bold, italic, serif H2 tags. And the major headline accompanied by the picture is in a regular serif font. I assume that they didn't use bold here because the eye of the user would already be drawn to the picture, especially since there aren't many other pictures on the page besides the slideshow on the bottom fold. The title of the paper here is in a very fancy serif font and is a hyperlinked image and not text HTML. Here and there we also see some small caps for journalist bylines. There are lots of text HTML hyperlinks that become underlined when the user hovers over them, indicating to the user that they are in fact links. There's also lots of white space on the sides. I took a look at the source code and wasn't able to figure out if they're using the Unicode standard, but seeing as they're the New York Times, I wouldn't be surprised if they are. The New York Post, when taking a look at it, especially in comparison to the Times, the user may notice right away that the Post is much more image-heavy than the Times. They're almost like exact opposites in terms of image versus text on a page. All of the images are hyperlinked to their relevant articles. I was surprised to notice that the text on these images is actually part of the image, not text HTML. You'll notice that at the top that the paper's name, also a hyperlinked image, has this nice drop shadow as well, which the text discusses as a strategy to make text stand out on a page. You'll also notice that there are no serif fonts whatsoever on this page. In my opinion, this is because the Post is going for a friendly neighborhood look, rather than something elegant. In keeping with the sparse text on the side, the navigation is also hidden a bit behind this button. Based on my knowledge, I think this and the sparse text in general is the Post's effort to make it look more mobile friendly as well. You'll also notice that most of the text is light on a dark background, which our reading discusses creates a more stark look. Most of the wording is bold, with links to sections in bold, italic, H2 text. Like the Times site, we also see plenty of white space on the page. Thanks for listening.